Sage Valmiki once asked Narada, there are so many auspicious qualities. Is there any person who is living now who is an embodiment of all these qualities? He says, Kaunasmin sampradam loke gunavan, kasya viryavan, dharmagnaha, kritagnaha. So I want a person who has all these positive qualities. 16 such qualities are elaborated by Valmiki. Sage Narada says there is only one person, and it's very rare, and you're so lucky that you have this one person, and that person is Lord Rama, who is there right now. Now Sage Valmiki starts meditating on these qualities of Rama, and that was the birth of the entire Ramayana. Now, if the qualities of Rama and meditating on it can give the entire Ramayana, imagine if we start thinking about the Lord's qualities by all the different names that is mentioned, all the different gunas of the Lord, what can we become? The fragrance of the flowers also spread through the thread in which it is threaded, right? So also, when a magnet and iron are constantly rubbed, the qualities of the magnet also gets transferred to the iron. The iron also gets magnetized. So also, when we constantly keep repeating the God's name, internalize His names, a lot of the God's divine qualities also gets rubbed on us. Imagine walking on a plain of grass. Now, a lot of grass is there. You keep walking on it over and over and over again. Over a period, what happens is automatically a path seems to evolve on this grass, because the pathway is where you've been using it repeatedly, so the grass gives away a path for us. So also in our brain we have millions of neurons. When we start repeating the God's names and keep visualizing the qualities of the Lord over and over again, our neurons get connected to those qualities of the Lord. So the next time we get a situation where we can use these qualities, our brain automatically prompts us to use these qualities. For example, if we keep thinking about the Satya quality of the God, God always was telling Satya. He was Rama, He was a Satya Sanda. Keep visualizing that over and over and over again. The next time we get a situation where our mind has a conflict, should we tell the truth or we can just get away from it? Our mind will prompt us to tell only the truth. So the God's divine qualities starts rubbing on us. In fact, this is the reason why Bhishmacharya, in spite of being on a bed of arrows, imagine a bed of arrows where every arrow was penetrating his body. He's lying on that bed after the war got over. And when Yudhishthira comes and asks him, which is the one most important dharma I should follow? Without hesitating, Bhishmacharya reveals the 1,000 names. In fact, he says, Yani, Naamani, Gaunani, the names which are associated to the qualities of the divine. Those are the names He has given to us. So God's names has all these auspicious qualities embedded in it, and the only way out for us in this yuga is to keep repeating the God's names. Another question people usually come up with is, how can a name give so much of result? Because a name is a name is a name. Just as how humans have name, gods have names. And how can a name be of so much of value? How can it trigger so much of response? Today, in a world of technology, we get instant answers for these. A house has a Alexa. So they ask questions to Alexa, saying like, Alexa, what's the weather today? Alexa, how long would it take for me to reach this location? Alexa, sing a song for me. Instantly, Alexa seems to give them whatever they ask for. Another house might have Google, the Google Home, right? Hey Google, tell me about the traffic. Hey Google, tell me about the weather. Google tells the answer for everything. Now, the actual words Alexa and Hey Google are configured in such a way that they give the responses that are required. So also the divine names of Lord, Hari, Krishna, Govinda, Madhava, everything has so much of potential in it that it gives you all what you ask for. In fact, in ancient days, whenever they had to use a arrow, special mantras were there. They used to use the mantras and then use the arrow, and the arrow could give the actual benefit that they wanted. The astras used to be named after the powerful mantras that they had. They had the Varunastra, the Pashupatastra, they had the Brahmastra, Ramabanam, so many things were there. The appropriate mantras could trigger the action that was required. Today with technology, we are able to understand these. But was this technology available at that point of time? Or the seers knew something totally different with just the power of focus and concentration? Could they get all this? Well, all these are subject to our research. But yes, this did exist. And yes, the names have so much of potential for us to use. From the next episode, we will start looking into every single name of Krishna seen in Bhagavad Gita. Before I go on to that, I would like you all to know about the efforts that's gone into making these episodes. In Samskrita Bharati, we had a Geetha Jayanti celebration. And during Geetha Jayanti, we wanted one room to be based on the learnings of Bhagavad Gita. So a lot of slokas were discussed, what had to be exhibited were discussed. At that point, we started noting down the different names of Lord Krishna that was there in Bhagavad Gita. And we prepared so many different charts which had the pictures of Lord Krishna, which were very close to the names that was mentioned in Gita. And the entire room was a Krishna Prakoshta, the room of Krishna. And we had recitation of Gita that happened in that particular room. And the entire environment was totally different and people enjoyed it. And when they saw so many different pictures of the Lord, so many different names of the Lord, they were asking us, oh my God, we did not know that there were so many different names of Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. We would like to know more about that. So me and a few of my friends from Samskrita Bharati started analyzing the names of Lord Krishna. And we prepared an Excel sheet on which chapter, which sloka has what name, so on and so forth. And this Excel sheet actually gave us a lot of different analysis. We could see a pattern evolve, and Arjuna's mindset was changing in the different chapters. In fact, the same name in many cases have been used different times with slightly different meanings, because the mindset of Arjuna was different in different scenarios. So a lot of such truths actually evolved, and that created a lot of interest. And I started to listen to different people's perspectives. I read from some of the devotees of ISKCON, their books were there. So I started reading that. I started reading from Ramakrishna Mission's Bhagavad Gita, Swami Vivekananda's approach to Gita. I also learned from a lot of different Upanyasams, the Sri Vaishnava Upanyasams, the Gaudiya Mat's Upanyasams. So a lot of different perspectives gave me a totally different feel of what these names actually mean. Aurobindo Ashram gave a totally different meaning. So these approaches, I tried to collect it. And I was thinking, like, how will people ever have so much of time to get all these information? So there should be a simple way of giving this to them. And I was discussing all this with my friends in Sri TV, who instantly said that, yes, we could do a video recording of these and show it to people so that they all could be benefited from all the names of Lord Krishna. And that was the birth of this. As the discussion went forward, I was thinking that these names are so useful that people have to memorize this. The best way to memorize is by music. So I was discussing this with one of my very close friends, who said that, yes, I can create a music for this. And Saras actually created the music. Saras is the institute he is running. And he created the music for this, in which every single name of Lord Krishna was incorporated, and the tune is so beautiful that we can easily memorize this and start singing it. Imagine singing all the names of Lord Krishna, which we really need in our everyday life, within 5 minutes. So thank you, Saras, for having put this together for us. And There are some names which Arjuna has used more than once in Bhagavad Gita. So a compilation of these names are really quick and 30 seconds. And we wanted all of you to actually get these registered, and we've decided to play this in every episode so that after a few episodes you can start humming these names as your second nature. So going forward, every episode will have all these 10 names.
Madhava Achyuta Krishna Hare Sri Krisha Kesava Govinda Vasudeva Bagavan Janardana.
So with all these efforts, I hope the Naama Sankirtana will become a part and parcel of every one of our lives. So with this, going forward from the next episodes, we can have the names of Lord Krishna as in Bhagavad Gita for our learning. So here we have Krishna's names. Chant and be blessed.